and welcome back to another episode of the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, and here with me again is Liz.
Hey.
And today is
welcome to
special
GingerFlix. Oh, sorry, wrong podcast.
Yes, we have two special guests from up north, members of GingerFlix.
Canada.
Oh, isn't that Greenland?
No, you're a little too far north. You got excited, Liz. It's okay, I understand. But okay, I'll let Jesus introduce us at least, so that way he can continue with the show.
If you can hear, we have back Joey, and joining him this time around is his partner in crime, Josh.
That means so many things over the years. You have no idea.
Oh, we can get into it soon.
Actually, we're legally not obligated to get into it for obvious reasons.
Oh,
I gotta admit, my name is so subpar when you announce like partner in crime. It's like partner in crime, Josh. It's such a lackluster name, you know. It's like, it's Connor or something, you know. Like that's cool, but
it's one of those things. It's very nonchalant, so no one would know. You could get away with it. It's like, oh, it's just Josh.
Who would ever suspect a Josh? Exactly.
I suspect Josh Gatt on a regular basis. He's up to something.
He's a disgrace to the Josh name.
But yeah,
I'd argue Josh Hartnett, but if you think it's Josh Gad, okay, but that's another story.
hey, he had Lucky Number 11. That's a great movie.
Josh Gad is Olaf from Frozen, you fool.
Yes, I just watched the mini short of it on Disney.
In my life now.
That's like your kid's favorite movie, Josh. What are you talking about?
I know.
Actually, no, that's not true. You haven't let her watch all of the Avengers movies yet, but she's really big into superheroes as of late.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a glorious child.
All right, let the audience know a little bit more about what you do. Basically, you kind of already hinted at what you guys do.
We have a lovely podcast about movies and such called GingerFlix, where we watch a movie and we talk about it, then we rate it out of 5 ginger snaps.
That was a long pause.
It was a long pause. I kind of ran out of I ran out of steam.
Snaps.
Ginger snaps.
Like, what can I make a pun with ginger? Like,
ale.
Ginger ale? Yeah, we'll do ginger. No, snaps, ale. I don't know.
Fermented ginger.
Ugh, that's just ginger beer.
Yeah.
If you've ever tried ginger
what about
beer.
that ginger you get it when you go get sushi?
Oh yeah, that is fermented ginger. That's right. Never mind.
Ginger.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? That stuff is delicious. Get out of my house.
Sorry. The ginger and the wasabi, they stay off for me. Just give me that soy sauce and some sushi.
You are so bland. You're such white bread.
You know what? I eat sushi. Tell me I'm bland.
Me too. Delicious.
Damn it, Joe.
You eat sushi like my dad. You look at the other things on the plate and you're like, what the hell are these things? I'm not going to eat that. I'm confused at what the fish is right now, let alone.
It's a bold-faced lie and you know it.
I've eaten sushi with you. I know exactly what happens, and that is it.
No, you have. Wait a second. Wait. Okay.
Josh, we've known each other over 30 years. Trust me on this.
No. It's getting personal now, so
it's always been personal, and you know it.
Okay.
Just move on.
All right, we'll move on a little bit. So,
Jesus and Liz, you guys are gonna have to rein us in a bit. We might get into a few heated discussions.
I know. I'm gonna just let it. I'm just gonna happen. I'm just gonna keep escalating it.
As much
you asked the wrong person. No.
Nice seafood dinner. I never call her again.
My mother's a saint. All right.
Okay.
All our mothers are saints. Okay, we can't diss our mothers now.
My mother a saint.
Okay. As much as Liz is willing to put gasoline onto the fire, I will try to temper it down a little bit. So, yes, GingerFlix.
Quite the peacemaker you are.
I myself am a big fan of your guys' show.
Well, thank you very much, good sir. You've been on, I think, 1 episode with us.
Yes, you guys cut it. I will say that. I've been looking for it to share, and it's not there. Sad times. I'll call
We
you out
didn't cut
now.
it.
I can't
Dude,
find it.
Dude, it's like, hold on, I can find it right now.
I did look for it. Anyways, I would like to actually, I would like to get a little backstory on what got you guys wanted to start GingerFlix. Because I overall, I've talked with Joey a good amount of time. I know he is overall a huge movie, I would say, fanatic. And so
Yeah.
what got you guys started? Like, let's do this.
What birthed GingerFlix is what you're trying to ask?
Sure.
What was its conception? Josh, I'll let you start with this one.
You know,
Because I know it started with a candlelit dinner and a lot of Long Island iced teas, and I don't remember anything.
it was a
since.
sensual massage, and it didn't get awkward. Here's the thing: we know each other so well. It got, glorious.
We look
No.
alike too, so it was just like masturbation, really. So
Yeah, it was beautiful. No, so I mean, the thing is, it's not really like a fascinating story or anything. Just Joey and I have literally just movies have been such a big part of our lives since we were like little kids. Every time it was
like sneaking over to your house on a Friday night or like on a Saturday night or something to watch Delirious.
exactly, yeah,
right?
Delirious, or these we watched this Superman movies, or any new movie that came out in the theaters, whether it was something like Tomb Raider for Joey's birthday, we always found excuses. Just
insane.
Dude, we watched both of those Tomb Raider movies for your birthdays.
We did, because they came out that weekend.
Yeah, so whether the movie was stellar or not, that's just, we just found excuses to watch movies, and then we would
Remember when we watched Operation Condor?
Oh my god,
That was a long time.
It was Operation Condor and Contact in the same day.
Yeah, and that was insane. Because what wasn't it when you used to be able to get into movies for free with a guest, so that sort of helped us out with that.
I was really sneaky like that.
Well, no, you were actually considered legally
Of course,
blind.
Canada's better than us. Free with a guest. Jesus.
No,
Okay, there's a reason by that.
Uh-oh.
And yes, we are.
Handicap. I'm sorry for offending you.
no,
No, you didn't offend. We have to clarify before everybody starts trying to come here.
So I actually used to be, when I was a kid, up until I was about 13, I was registered with the blind because they thought I had this this disease called retinitis pigmentosa, which would have meant I would have gone blind in my teens. But I don't have that, and I'm I still have, I don't have the best vision or anything, but I'm not even close to being blind. So if you're registered with the blind, you get a certain card that lets you on transit for free, lets you go see movies for free, because who's gonna make a blind person pay to see a movie?
Yeah.
So I used to be able to go see movies for free at like certain Cineplex theaters, and I could take someone with me for free. So we would do that all the time. And
so that's
So you
kind of what
were
started it, yeah.
using the system.
I was. I was.
Damn,
He was actually.
you damn
He was
right.
considered legally blind until he got another sight test and proved he didn't have that disease. So I was using the system. Yes, I am the criminal. But
Oh, you Canadians are all criminals. I get it.
hey, man,
Wow.
we elected a man.
Blanket statement. Okay.
Let's not forget, we elected a leader that is okay with doing brownface. All right. So
Listen, it was a different time back then. I don't know.
it was a
different
Halloween
time,
party,
really?
first of all. It was like 5 years ago. What are you talking about? He did it while in
Oh,
office.
yeah.
That was
Years
at
ago,
the
a whole lot of
Parliament
difference.
building.
He was actually prime minister at the time.
That picture,
come on, man.
that's not the first picture. He recreates that photo every year and sends it out as a Christmas card. So I mean,
Yeah, but that's good advertising. Like advertising.
it's
That's
true.
That's marketing, people. Come on.
That's true. So it sounds like you guys had a lifetime of just having movies as something that's been a essential part of your lives.
I mean,
We were cuddle buddies.
what?
What?
I said we were cuddle buddies.
That too, but that's like because my parents didn't want to buy a teddy bear, and you were the closest thing by.
That was only for scary movies like Showgirls.
Is he fluffy?
You're damn right.
Oh, he's floppy in a lot of ways.
So
All the best kind of ways.
so how has it been in the current landscape that has been 2020? And kind of how the news has been with cinemas and movie delays and things like that.
To be honest, for us, we have been using a lot of the streaming platforms to come out with new episodes, right? As you know, Netflix released a bunch of new movies over this year, and we watched quite a few of them.
Did you watch the past one on Friday?
The
Which one?
Netflix what?
Over the one. Over the moon?
No, we haven't watched that yet. Thank you for the idea.
I recommend it.
All right, we might add that to the repertoire. Netflix, Amazon Prime coming out with certain movies, which will be an upcoming episode of ours, involving political officials.
Yep.
And all sorts of good
We're
all
guilty here,
sorts of
Jesus.
great things, right? He comes from Kazakhstan, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So that's going to be an upcoming
Very
episode.
nice.
Thank you. My wife. Hey, you put your ham away, okay? Use my ham. But so, like, we've been using the streaming platforms to really sort of or at least get around the whole thing of not being able to go to the movies and stuff, right? And the other thing too. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, obviously, this was kind of the worst year to start this kind of
a podcast. Yeah.
Podcast, considering, we do a mix of like new movies and old movies, classics, some terrible ones. Like we try and vary it up, so it's not, some podcasts will stick to just quote unquote terrible movies, or critically bad movies, let's say. But we kind of do both, because sometimes it's interesting to dissect a great movie just as much as it is to dissect a terrible movie. But
the other thing I've found that we'll go back to sometimes we've gone back to movies that we loved as a kid growing up, and then may have found it not as stellar.
Turtles 2?
Now as an adult. Yeah, that is the perfect example. The Turtles 2 episode, if you have not listened to it, we obviously recommend it. But that was our exact feeling. And I think our good friend, and you know him, Jesus, Dave, the kid Edward, was on that episode.
Okay. Yes.
Right? So the way that sort of started off was Dave was sort of hanging out at the house or whatever, because we were at that time in a much more loose stage of the whole pandemic. We've had a little bit of a spike and gone back to a bit closer to what it was prior to that. But anyways, not important. So we're all hanging out at my place.
COVID's never important.
No, I'm trying to avoid it altogether. So
I know, I'm teasing.
If you listen to our podcast, it kind of hardly exists. We mention it here and there, but that's about it. Usually when we have a guest. When it's just the two of us, we've tried to avoid talking about it altogether, right? But anyway, so the whole story started out where it was just Dave, Josh, and I and my two roommates were just sort of hanging out. I think we ordered some food or whatever, and we started talking about movies and all that stuff. And I think the Ninja Turtle movies came up because one of us was like, hey, those are all on Netflix right now, including the Michael Bay ones, funny enough. But then
I'm going to have to start looking. I'm going to have to look at them for Netflix. I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. They're all up there. But your Netflix might be a little bit different from ours, but I don't think that won't be up there. So anyways.
That's what VPNs are for.
Yeah, very, very, very true. Very nice. But anyways, and then I just popped it on, and then Dave came on the episode afterwards. But all three of us kind of were sitting there and we're like, why do we remember this movie being so much better than it is? Right. Yeah. So it's been a little interesting journey of sort of seeing how far we've come even with our taste in movies over the years.
How about graphics too? I mean, come on, think about that. It's definitely changed, and the CGI.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Sometimes like puppetry is better than the CGI. I agree on that. like if you look at, for example, the old Star Wars movies, you know, me personally, I loved Puppet Yoda way more than CGI Yoda.
Agreed.
Oh, Puppet Yoda is the best
And
though.
there's some, you know, it's whether it's like a vintage nostalgic kind of quality just because you're kids watching it, or just the fact that it has more of an actual physical texture to it when you watch it, as opposed to something that is clearly generated just from digital, right? So
I would argue it's because Frank Oz gives that puppet life.
oh,
Now, if you don't know about Frank Oz, just know this. He is one of the original puppeteers for Jim Henson, like one of his original team, and he is the creator of Miss Piggy.
Yes.
So any of the old stuff of Miss Piggy, that's Frank Oz, right? And I think he did Fozzie Bear too. So
yeah, my
old
daughter's been
Fozzie-
watching the old Sesame
he did
Street
all of
ones,
them.
and it's amazing.
He didn't
thought
do
he
all of
did,
he did
I thought
he
he
did
did
quite a
Kermit.
few.
And the
I thought
Muppet
it was-
shows.
No. Henson did Kermit.
They really, because they sound so similar.
They had like their own specific characters and stuff. And I know Frank Oz for sure was Miss Piggy for
Yeah. He
left their show, until he retired from all of that, right?
Yeah, for the most part, Frank Oz, from what I'm looking at, he's well known for Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, and Animal.
Animal,
Yeah.
right.
And if you listen closely, you can sort of hear the similarities in their voices.
Okay.
But that's the thing. And Frank Oz, being such a master puppeteer, gave original Puppet Yoda a life, and sort of and because it was a puppet, it lived in this real space. And I find with film now, a lot of CGI, it's obviously gotten better with the technology and stuff, but in like the early 90s, late 2000s, actors were trying to figure out how to act with a tennis ball on a stick.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So so I mean, you know, that's why if you look at old CGI movies, you know, the eye lines are always kind of weird and stuff like that, like old movies with CGI graphics, except for Jurassic Park, where Spielberg, being the genius that he is, you know, what does he do? He goes, we're going to do both. We're going to throw in animatronics as well as throw in CGI and mix the two together, which nobody would have thought to do of. And a lot of people hadn't done since for a long time, and probably still don't really do.
Or at least not properly. Yeah.
It's hard, right?
That and the budgets, depending on the movie production.
You'll expect a big movie like Avengers or whatever to have that kind of a budget to do it, and they don't even do the double of animatronic or whatever. Funny enough, though, like if you go looking at, like, for example, the Iron Man suit from Iron Man 1 all the way to Endgame, and Robert Downey Jr. has even said this, where he's like, in the first one, it was a suit. By the end of it, they asked me, hey, do you want to wear the helmet? And he's like, no, just draw 2 dots on my face and add it later, because he didn't want to wear anything. So if you look at like behind the scenes footage, Robert Downey is literally just walking around set in pajamas, what look like pajamas. They have all the dots and all that stuff on the suit.
And yeah, it's you and a lot
It's
of
a green
people
suit,
have,
right?
yeah, this is a
Yeah.
green suit. Yeah, a lot of people
kind of like it's not exactly a green suit in that one, because there's obviously different types, but I know one of these motion cap suits are like just like they're gray with green dots in it, so they can just capture the motions of everything and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people have pointed out, like if you're like really look into it, you can tell how a little bit off it is. But those are just the people who are willing to actually nitpick things like that. But then there's some obvious ones, like you mentioned, even some of the bigger production films, like Infinity War, Endgame, things like that. There are sections where like, that's a little bit off. That's
Again, though, it's a matter of just design or how the work ends up being done or time frame. Like, for example, we could go on about the greatest CGI movie ever, Cats.
Oh
No.
God, no. We're not talking about that.
We haven't even watched that. I have no interest in watching that.
I'll save you the long
Musical's bad.
He's seen the musical, so he knows it's already not a good show, Jesus. So you don't have to save him anything. I might want us to watch it just to torture him. But
if it's just torture,
That
then
would
yeah,
be
go
fun
for
to,
it.
to hear.
Like picture, picture like, oh my God, what's his name? Malcolm McDowell, like in Clockwork Orange, like eyes, taped open and it's cats playing on the screen.
What's
Yeah,
two?
that
It's a
sounds-
cat.
Oh my
That's Tom Jones. I'll just add that for extra effect.
God.
Did you know that somebody on the internet did the most magical thing with that movie and added buttholes?
What?
Yes, I think they did. I think I saw
Somebody-
me. Yeah.
Somebody on the internet. Now, there was a rumor saying that the original CGI for cats, they actually put buttholes on the cats. So what does somebody do on the internet? Because you have to love the internet for these magical things. Is what they did is they took the time and effort and work to digitally add in buttholes to the CGI on each and every cat in a few clips.
Oh my word.
Oh, you have to look this up. It's insane. It's hilarious. And I almost wish the butthole version existed so I would watch that. But
It's something. It's something.
another note on that movie though is that the trailer itself took them 6 months to edit and polish before they released it.
Wow,
Yeah.
that long? Wow, I didn't know that.
This is just the trailer. So the original teaser trailer was what? 30 seconds, that maybe a little bit longer than that,
Yeah, give or take.
right? To finish the rest of the movie, the studio gave them 4 months.
Wow.
So that's why if you go looking at that movie specifically, it's terrible because of, like, just on a technical standpoint, it's bad. Just because of the fact that, to start off with, the cats look disturbing, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's near nightmare fuel.
it is nightmare fuel. What the hell are you talking about? Near nightmare fuel.
Uh,
I'm more afraid of the cats than watching The Exorcist. Okay, it is
Well,
insane.
You have
but,
not.
like,
You have not been in my nightmares.
No, but like, admittedly, too. Again, I feel like it's an odd choice that they went with making them. Like, I think that's just the era we live in now. Is that CGI is so, I guess, reliable in a way. Because I remember seeing the trailer, and again, I saw the musical in New York like over 20 years ago, and I didn't like it. And
Was this young you? Would you?
I was 15.
Okay.
I was 15 at the time, and I'm a dancer, so I remember watching. I saw.
I want to hear you tap dance.
Oh yeah, hey, maybe.
There are videos.
Okay, send me a link, hon. Send me a link.
If you follow Mr. Josh on Instagram, you might get some of his choreography.
I'm not on Instagram. I refuse.
I'll send you a link, and you can
Fair
use
enough.
I'll send you a link, and you can use a dummy account.
Yeah, you know what? So just like side note on that, I'm at the age, I think it's been over
106.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? Well, the gray hair would say that.
The great beauty.
I've been great since I was 16, so hush your mouth.
Oh, I am
Josh,
16.
you're gonna start a war. Relax here.
It's okay, I am 16. Don't worry.
Canada against the United States.
Last time that happened, we burned the White House. I just have to say that.
Oh, that's so true. You guys don't stand.
Look it up. The War of Eight. I'm sorry to go history nerd on everybody, but look it up. The War of 1812.
Yeah, that was it.
Canadians take credit for it, but it was the British that was the payback for the Revolutionary War.
We weren't even like a colony at the time.
We were. What it was? Sorry to get all history nerdy on you guys, but what it was that. Sorry,
like
Historical.
I'm looking at it. I'm currently googling it.
What it was that the U.S. wanted to obviously expand, so they figured, hey, why not go north and liberate Canada from the oppressor of the king? Which makes sense, right? And so we were like, no, we're kind of happy with what we have. One of our biggest heroes in the war is Sir Isaac Brock. He passes away in like maybe the second battle of the entire war. This war is so drawn out, mainly because of just bad decision making by American generals because they just used the old guys they had from the Revolutionary War, and that the British were more concentrated with fighting a war in France right at that moment. But once the war with the French was kind of done, the British brought everybody in, and the U.S. just got overwhelmed. So, anyways, that's a sort of summation of the War of 1812, and the U.S. American history does not teach it very well or at all.
I don't think so at all.
Oh no, they
No,
do.
you
They
don't.
teach
You
it,
don't.
but it's a brief overlay.
It's a
Actually,
footnote. It's a footnote in America. I know this because I have cousins in Indiana, and one of which is a teacher, and she had no idea that there was all this history behind the War of 1812. Plus, there's a lot of like native
But she's
relations.
a teacher. She should know some more stuff of that. They're supposed to do more research.
But again, the War of 1812 is not a big deal to the United States. It is a big deal for us up north.
Also, I don't trust the American education system these days, so yeah.
Oh no, I looked all this stuff up too personally because I sort of, again, for us, the War of 1812 was kind of a footnote in school, and I took history in high school.
Well, we learned that in like what, grade 8 for us at the time. Like that's something we learned at the end of elementary school, or at least we did.
It's like the last sort of part of the 8th grade history curriculum.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
over 20 years ago. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and I read up more on it just because I'm that kind of a history nerd along with movies. So
you know what? Joey, I need you on trivia nights, man. I need you on trivia nights. You fit so many
we're gonna
categories.
do podcast trivial night.
And yeah,
we're gonna send a copy of cards to everybody.
Oh, you know, that would be fun. Actually, invite a bunch of guests.
Fun, but like you'd have to rely on the honor system.
Yeah,
hard.
it would have to be hard.
Exactly.
It would have to be like honest.
It's like no, I'm not googling anything. You have like 3 computers open.
Remember, Jesus, we can step it up.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're working. Everyone listening, we that might be an idea for the future. We are currently in the midst of upgrading little by little. But yeah, that would be actually fun.
If we could sort of give you some advice in terms of doing that, because we actually have a video component for our show. We actually do all our episodes over Zoom now.
Yeah,
because the
hacked now.
Sorry?
How easily those are hacked.
But I mean, there's video on this.
Yeah, there's video on this. Yeah.
Is there video on this? Okay, that's fine too.
I'm surprised we're not doing video right now.
Because my current setup is not meant for that. Like I think I mentioned to Joey.
You kind of did, yeah.
Yeah, my office is currently just being waiting approval, and once that's set up,
signature, man, one signature.
Yeah, I'll send you guys an image of my office currently.
Oh, that's right. You actually built a recording studio in your yard.
Yes, I built it from the ground up with my father.
Which is pretty awesome.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's
so
cool.
I'm just waiting on some permits, and once those are,
furniture.
I already have everything's already in there, ready to go. I just can't have anything up and running until the permits say you're good. So it's just storage right now. It's a storage shed at the moment.
It's currently just a shed, right?
It's a very expensive shed right now.
It's a he shed.
No, Liz, that's just a shed. That's just a shed.
Yeah.
Okay, man cave. Okay, we know it's a man cave.
That makes more sense.
Actually, to the city I live in, it is classified as a man cave because of the way I put it in the documents. So it is dubbed a man cave as far as the city is concerned.
Oh, there you go. What city are you in? If I may be as so bold to ask you,
I will not divulge that at the moment.
Fair enough.
I will tell you off the air. But yeah,
It's so Americanized. You'll laugh at it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's video is the next step in our moving forward. Like right now we're hoping to do like in person things like that, like what you guys used to do. You guys are together.
We live in the same city about 10 minutes away from each other, and we are only really doing the podcast remotely just because of pandemic, and we don't want to really be in a tiny little room like the podcast recording room at my place is, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's it's little things like that. So right now, remotely like this, it's good. I just we're also Liz. We would need to get her stuff set up too if we were to do video too. So it's a lot of little things, but it's a
Fair
future.
enough.
It's a future thing.
Is she in the same city as you, or
No,
No,
we live about
no.
45 minutes away from each other.
okay? That is
So-
a little bit of a trek, yeah.
Yeah,
With traffic or without.
He lives in wine country. I just go to visit for the
Oh.
wine.
But yeah,
Sounds about right.
yeah. So yeah, it's one of the things like we have a lot of ideas for the show. It's just things just to need to fall in place, and with
Fair enough.
so but there's a lot of fun ideas I have of even future shows that are currently in production. That I'll talk to you guys after the show that maybe you guys would want to take a small role in.
Oh, no.
But yeah, it's I'm personally I'm happy that we kick starting the show back up after all this.
That's true. You kind of took a little hiatus to build your little studio there, didn't you?
Yeah, like 8 months. And I was
In
like,
pandemic times, nobody knows time anymore.
oh
So,
god, no, yeah, it feels like forever. Like everyone I ask around, it just feels like it's already been like 4 months. It feels like it's been a year and a half.
we've only been doing this podcast just not even a year, and it feels like we've been doing it for 80 years. So
I didn't know you guys were that old. Are you gods?
we kind of are. We're amazing.
Oh, okay.
You
Ginger
actually
gods. Got
you-
it. Ginger
you-
gods.
You actually live longer in Canada. It's something with the water. I don't know how to explain it.
It's the maple syrup.
The maple
It
syrup.
is.
It's a mix of water and maple syrup. It just
It's true. You have
that's
to
secret.
be
It's the
in
maple
order to
syrup.
become
Just
like
give it up.
full Canadian. There's a whole like ritual ceremony at the age of at 2 where you are bathed in maple syrup to preserve you for I don't know however many years. It's really insane.
Just don't do it in a regular
swimming with the
bathtub. I can
beavers?
see the clogged drains right now.
No. It's in the woods.
You gotta
You have to train a
Bitter
herd
cold.
of beavers.
Tad bit nippy.
You have to be completely naked and have maple syrup poured over you.
Yeah. You fly with the Canadian goose, and you
You
wrestle with the
actually,
beaver.
because you're only 2, you have to ride a goose and
That's it.
subsequently catch a beaver.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how
You're
it
kind
works.
of damned if you do it.
I
You know
think
what's
you guys
funny?
have enough beaver going
Nobody-
on in life.
Thank you.
Overall, that sounds like something any 2-year-old will just do. I'm like, oh, this sounds like fun.
Well, it's part of being Canadian.
Go wrestle the beaver, baby.
That's exactly it. It's part of being Canadian. I mean,
Oh,
So if I want to join Canada, I have to do the ceremony.
Yeah, you're welcome.
yeah, you have to get completely naked in the woods, ride a goose, and catch a beaver all in the same night.
Yeah.
wow, that's one spirit journey right there.
That's not even being
You have
native.
no
There's
idea.
even more involved if you want to be native.
There's an
No.
advanced class for that. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
darn.
That's
I hate
advanced
advanced
Canadian.
classes.
That's advanced Canadian. I'm not even ready for that.
it's been on your refrigerator. Like, not this year. Not this year.
No, you have to earn it.
Well, let's, talking about like ritualistic events and things like that.
Oh, God. What is that? Jesus.
How did we get here from cats? Just being honest. I was talking about cats. I was talking about dance, and all of a sudden we're
such a
wrestling
pussy to
beavers.
beaver, right?
Just being real.
It's just being
Cat-
Canadian. You know that.
Well, cats is a ritualistic event overall, if you want to go through it. But
Ritual torture.
Also,
maybe.
you probably have to do paella or something. Not paella.
Paella.
Yippee!
I'm not peyote.
Yippee!
no,
Okay, I like
you
it. I like
paella.
the American
I mean,
pie.
paella is delicious. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
but I just
you got to
You
smoke
don't
that
know- I don't
paella.
know if it's peyote.
hallucination-inducing.
You got to keep doing it until it does.
Oh.
That's a lot of
American Pie
paella.
style.
Paella, it's a paella with peyote. It's
Ooh, paella
Ooh.
peyote.
Ooh.
that's the ritual.
So talking about a little bit of real ritualistic stuff. By the time this episode airs, Halloween has come and gone this weekend. Hope everyone was safe for those who were able to do it. It's a tricky year. I hope if you did it, you hope you were safe, and those who were willing to.
I actually
Yeah.
have a question for you guys. Are your communities allowing for it? Because ours has
No.
officially said no.
So
No.
We did.
okay, so yeah, in our area,
Yeah, we did.
I didn't hear that at all.
The Premier of Ontario, okay, like it's basically under an official recommendation from the government saying, yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. It says a recommendation by the CDC.
It's
Not to do
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So-
So it's one of those things you kind of have to do the honor system. Like, hey, don't do it.
I mean, I'm kind of on the fence of it. Like, I honestly, I bought some candy just in case a kid shows up at the door. I'm not going to turn them away, right?
Well, I live in a
It-
condominium
honestly, I
and
don't
we
know.
don't have kids come in
it,
through here.
it is
so.
what- it is
That's very different, right?
it does suck for those growing up in this time for this kind of experience, because you can remember when you were that young, just
Well,
dressing
yeah.
up, and that was like you were looking forward to that year where you could just dress up as your favorite character, monster,
Or exactly, and then go out and collect candy. Right.
and that was like free candy. That's
Doesn't-
key. That's
doesn't
Is
key
it really
childhood.
free though? You still had to
Yeah.
pay for that costume.
If, free to the kid, not for the
Thank you,
parents.
Liz, bringing realism.
I'm sorry. I have a 9-year-old. I have to think this way.
She grounds you in the world, Jesus.
Ugh.
Keep
Yo,
this woman
same.
around.
Same though. I'm. I have a
Yeah.
4-year-old and same.
Yeah, and
It's hard. It's not. How do you not think about it for your kids? I mean, granted, we were
Alright.
supposed to stay with this COVID thing. I thought, hello.
Yeah, that's so true. Here's a question for the parents of this little motley crew here. What are you guys trying or hoping to do to sort of circumvent this and still allow them to enjoy in some aspect of the holiday? Like, what are you guys trying to do? Like, obviously you can't do your usual routine, but like, are you like, having letting the kids still just hang out in the house in costume or something like that? Like, I don't know.
One of her friends has invited her for a sleepover the night before Halloween. So she kind of goes to go over in a costume and hang out with some kids and enjoy some time with the other, family and other kids. And then do a movie night. So that's kind of nice. And then for Halloween, I think we're gonna have a couple kids over and just enjoy, Halloween a little bit and in a different way, a little bit of a party. So
Yeah, so there's like, so I mean, as parents, probably, it's I'd assume it's like the hardest thing is trying to figure out how to pivot in this whole thing. And then
yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I mean, we still
But-
went to the pumpkin patch and stuff like that. So I mean, I still try to make it as fall-like and Halloween-like as much as possible. I mean, my house is decorated at Halloween.
and as you
all
should,
over.
right?
Mhm.
So what I'm trying to say is that what might end up happening is the opposite, where the kids will remember, yes, this Halloween was different, but I got to get a little party out of it and hang out with my friends. It was very different, but I still enjoyed it, which is, I think, what everybody's hoping for.
I think that's what every parent's trying to get. It's just a little bit of fun out of it. I mean, I think it's also an adult holiday too. It's not just because, granted, it's a full moon. It's a Saturday. It's perfect.
We know most adults are still gonna do something.
Oh yeah.
So-
There'll be people who do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there's going to be a lot of that.
so if anyone's listening, okay. Anyways, by the time this airs, I hope you were safe for the most part. If you did participate in,
Yeah.
whatever, please be. So yeah, hopefully you were safe by the time you listen to this. Because yeah, you should still you should. It sucks even when you're like it does suck for kids. It sucks for some of the older people like ourselves that kind of use also this to kind of just also let loose, have a little fun
Well, I would usually throw a Halloween party every
Yeah.
year at this time, and I'm not gonna do one this year because of it, right?
What?
This is news to him.
Oh,
Ridiculous.
feud.
I swear to God, if you show up at my house in costume, I'm just gonna punch you in the mouth.
Dude, it's just a bow. That's it.
I know that's your costume every year, and it gets more and more disturbing.
It's the
Because
gift that
bow-
keeps on giving, Joe.
Bow is never in the same place.
It's tactical.
So it is interesting. Hopefully, parents are able to give their child a memorable Halloween time.
Yeah. As long as the kid has a good night, you know what I mean? Like my kid is 4. So we're gonna do, we're going to we're basically gonna do like costumes in the house, have a little Halloween party in the house. I'm going to buy some treats and stuff for her. Gonna do up a couple baggies with like some treats and a little toy or something. Just gonna make sure she has a good time. Probably do a movie night. She's young enough that at this age she is aware of what's going on. She knows what's happening. Pardon me?
Aren't you? You're gonna make her watch Friday the 13th, aren't you?
Oh no, The Exorcist, straight up. You're old enough now, little girl. Let's watch some pea soup. No, but as long as she has a good night, I don't really, that's it. I want her to be safe. But I still want her to have a good night, and that's it. That's all you can do as a parent. Just make sure they're safe and cared for and having fun. That's it.
At 3 years old, they shouldn't hopefully remember it too much. I mean,
no, I don't remember. Like, do we remember going trick or treating at 4? No,
not really.
9 is a big year. That's an age you remember, but you're gonna make it fun for your kids, and that's it. That's all you can do. At the end of the day, the kid's gonna remember having a good night. They don't remember what will happen, but they'll remember that it was good, that they had fun.
Exactly. That's what all you're trying to do is to create memories, just trying to make it exciting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So hopefully everyone, you were safe during this spooky night, and hope you were well. But so it has passed by the time this is airing. But let's not leave the Halloween spirit yet.
Dun dun dun.
You guys did mention
trying to scare us. Like, what are you doing?
So
noises in my house. What's going on?
So I pulled up an article by Town and Country for some of the top Halloween films.
Town and Country, eh?
Town and Country, yeah.
the tap or the top? I was like, I don't remember any tap Halloween costumes.
No, top. Some of the top.
Tap.
That's you actually get a top Halloween costume at a
We're not the Kazakhstan now.
It's the tap one.
The top one. But they have 29, but we'll just go like the top 15 because there's a lot of films in here. So let's just go with the top 15 films they have on here and kind of discuss. Let's see what Town and Country says are their top movies, and then we can kind of discuss some of the ones we feel are some key Halloween films to watch. So let's hear. At number 15, Town Country says The Craft, 1996.
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of low for me.
I've never watched it, so
Can anyone explain it, or I could just read the little synapse at the
read the little synapse, and we'll talk a little bit about it.
Okay,
it's a bunch of teenage girls that practice witchcraft in like
that's the one with Nev Campbell, right?
Yeah, Nev Campball and that one chick that was popular for like
Fruza Balk.
Was it
No, not her. No, the lead girl. She was crap. She was in like other movies. I think she was in like The Cutting Edge or something. I can't remember, but she was popular.
I shall look her up for you. Go for it, Jesus. Give us the synopsis.
The little synopsis that they have is 4 high schoolers discover witchcraft. What could possibly go wrong? The campy thriller explores the spiraling effects of supernatural on a Los Angeles high school. That's what they have.
Oh yeah, they're remaking that actually.
Are they?
Oh yeah,
I heard that too.
There's a new version coming out soon. I think Josh, you're thinking of Robin Tunney, or yeah.
Yeah. Nobody remembers her, but she was the lead. She
was the lead, but everybody
I remember her.
Like the supporting cast were way better. Like Fruza Balk steals that movie, and
Well, she's
Canadian
the
Pride,
main,
Nev
she's
Campbell
the main
there.
like antagonist, you know.
She is, but she does she steals the movie. Like she's the best part about the movie.
Oh yeah, she's the reason why the Water Boy exists.
She is.
Yes. Now I know who you're talking about.
It's Vicky
Yeah.
Valancourt.
I thought it
She
was
showed
right.
me her boobies, and I like them too.
That's right.
All right, let's move on to number 14. Let's see here. A classic from 1999, The Blair Witch Project.
I don't think I actually saw that.
I've never seen it, to be honest.
Really?
Me neither.
Wow. What? I'm surprised none of you guys have seen it. I've seen that
I
multiple
never
times.
wanted to. It looks so boring.
You know what? I
just don't think
and
I
I'm
could
gonna-
watch it. It sounds too personal, like not because of the stupid crappy design of the movie, of the jumping around from film to film, pieces.
Do you know
to
what it
pieces.
is? I'll be honest. I hate those type of movies.
Shaky cam?
Shaky
Yeah.
cam.
I hate it. I despise it. Like I actually went to film school, and I know how to use a camera, and like watching that is just it's so jarring, and it actually makes me feel nauseous sitting there watching a camera shake that much.
Yeah.
Right, because they're running with the cameras and stuff like that. It's obviously a very low budget movie. But I will say this though, out of any review, the first one is probably the best one because nobody expected it and they kind of thought, oh, maybe this is real, blah blah blah.
They did. They made these marketing campaigns back in like 99 where people thought that this was actually found footage. So they thought it like all these people and also no one in the movie is a recognized actor, and I don't think they've done anything since, to be honest.
Actually,
They
fun
did.
fact.
I thought a second one.
No,
No,
okay.
but I mean the actors themselves.
Oh,
No, okay. Fun fact about the actors.
One is named
well, the producer actually put out missing persons of all the actors. Months after the movie was released. So
that was part of the publicity stunt, right?
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
keep it going.
That was but yeah, it's
cool
a
concept, man. It was like a $50,000 budget for that movie, and they made millions.
yeah.
So like, there you go.
All right. Let's move on to number 13. I need one of those voices. I just kind of the number.
Number 13.
Ooh, thank
there
you.
we go.
There you go.
That was deep though. That was like
I just need I need to just record you and I'll just like clip it. Like,
yeah.
I feel like it made
You like
Josh
games
a
go
little-
like number 13 or number 13. Like I guess Halloween would be scarier, right? So number 13.
You would have
All
had
right.
case him.
so
Kind of sounded like Chris Farley there from Billy Madison.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Veronica Van.
Is one nice peach.
all right.
Okay. All right. What's number 13?
From
Friday the
19
13th.
Oh, you wish.
You wish.
From
It will be.
1975, the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, man, that was good.
Nice.
Are you just a
Classic.
swinging? What is it? Is it like a swinging sexy transvestite from sexy Transylvania?
Yo,
I
Yep.
honestly cannot remember the film. I've only seen it once. in my life.
really?
What?
I've only seen
I've
it
seen
once.
the movie. I've seen the musical too. Like that is
I-
actually fun.
I didn't
I
know
would
that was a musical.
argue this is like a go-to Halloween movie for me because it's so absurdist and hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, we're still in the past, so I have a chance to watch it before Halloween or on Halloween though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I recommend it. It's not essentially scary per
No.
se. It's not meant to be scary. It's very funny, and if
It's based on a musical. Like it actually
Yeah.
is a musical called Rocky Horror, but it has such a cult following. Like
I know
this,
that. Yeah,
this
It's
is
a
one of
cult
those
classic.
movies. This is one of those movies that people like they would rent out, like the old school movie theaters,
Mhm.
like for midnight on a
Mhm.
Friday, and people would dress up like Tim Curry and would, they'd go and watch these films.
they would
or
dress
this
up like the
film.
characters and go to the theaters and watch them. I found it because a television station up here would air it every Halloween at midnight so they can play it uncut,
Mm.
right? And yeah, so that's how I found it, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing because it was it was hilarious. It was so weird and wacky and kind of delightful.
The Time Warp is iconic.
Right up your alley.
Let's just be honest, though. The Time Warp is an iconic song.
Yes, it's very iconic. You'll notice a lot of they'll probably do a lot of pop rock. You'll probably notice some pop culture references that you weren't sure were from will be from this movie.
Yeah.
Right. So I think this is a little low on this list for this movie, to be perfectly honest. I feel like this, for me anyways, this would be at least in the top 10.
So I'm trying to see where I
What
can
do you
watch
think, Josh?
You know what? I think for the purpose of this list, I'm assuming it's mostly based on horror, except for one comedy / Disney movie I can think of that'll be in the top maybe 5, and we'll probably get to that. But I think that's why it's low, is because it's not scary. It is silly, but it is more adult. I don't know. I guess maybe it should be in the top 10. I don't know. I guess it should be in the top 10. Yeah.
All right. So let's continue on what Town and Country says to number 12 from 1995, Casper.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
That movie it's just a classic.
Yo, you got your tie-in with Ghostbusters in that movie.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you most certainly do.
Funny enough, I watched it all the time.
Yeah,
I think
it
I
was
like
one
the
of the good
actress
ones.
tue. She was really good too. I mean, she's been in
Christina
other things
Ricci?
too. Yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
she
Yeah.
is.
That was the thing. That was it, because she did both Addams Family movies, then she did this, and she was kind of known as this
Sleepy Hollow. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, well, she did that I think that was 2000, so it was a little bit later. But up until then, she had done these, mainly obscure, not horror but very weird movies. And then it was after this that they finally were like, okay, let's give her comedies or other cute kid movies. There was some Gold Digger movie.
Matilda.
What's that?
Oh no, I'm mixing them up. Never mind, just kidding.
That's Mara Wilson.
No, I mixed it up.
That's Mara Wilson.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. We're not gonna corner you. You're fine.
Christina Ricci was awesome. Still is awesome, man.
She is great. The world
Wasn't
needs
she
more
in one of
Christina.
the Tron movies that just came out too?
I don't think so.
No, I think you're thinking of.
Yeah.
That was Olivia Wilde in the last.
No,
Tron
no.
Legacy.
No, I think she was in one of them. I swore I saw her in a movie.
You might be thinking of someone else.
There's only been two
I think it was
movies.
Christina Ricci. I remember because I remember her face.
Someone Google it.
I'm working on it, friend.
Number 11.
We'll continue on while we get
Yeah.
number 11. A more recent one from 2017, Mother.
Never saw
I
it.
haven't seen
I
that.
never saw it either.
That one.
Yeah, no. Christina Ricci's not in Tron.
What was she in? I remember seeing it.
Turn your life
Her in
around,
one of it.
Okay,
Was it
don't
Speed
worry.
Racer?
keep going.
Maybe I'm making it confusing with the Tron or something like that.
It was she was in Speed Racer.
Speed Racer, yeah.
Wasn't it part of the Tron movie though?
Nope.
No.
Not even a little. Turn your life around.
Trying.
All right. That has been checked and marked right there. All right.
Blacklisted is what I'm.
All right. Let's move to the top 10 now of what Town and Country say are some of the best Halloween films. At number 10, Child's
Did we
Play.
skip 11?
No, that was Mother.
Okay.
Yeah, none of us saw it.
None of us watched it.
Okay, never saw it.
And I saw it, and I've only seen it once, and it was a weird movie. I can say that.
Yeah, it looked. Yeah.
It's a thinking film. I will say that, and I don't like
Child's
thinking.
Play.
Child's Play at number 10.
And
I
not the
will
one
say-
with Aubrey Plaza, right?
No.
The 1988 one.
I didn't see the new Child's Play, the one
I
with
have
Aubrey Plaza. Was
Yeah,
that
not-
any? Has anybody seen that?
Yeah, I saw
Nope.
How
I
was
saw
it?
it.
Yeah, how was
You
it?
know what? It was better than I thought it would be because I never saw I've never seen the original Child's Play. I've only seen
Which is what's on this list, right?
yeah, I've never seen that one. The new one was okay. It was very cheesy. Mark Hamill kind of nailed it though. I got to say that. Mark Hamill was such a good voice for Chucky, so that was probably what made it for me. But yeah, nothing.
I will say, Child's Play, this 1988 film. This is the movie that made me afraid of dolls.
Dolls. Jinxie Margarita.
Yeah, my sister would tell people that I snapped all her Barbie heads off just because that's how afraid of dolls I was because of Chucky.
I actually do recall your
But you-
sister saying that.
You actually just did that just because you were mad at her? You're like, forget this.
Yeah. It was because I was mad. Not 'cause I was mad. Not
You
scared.
should know that ripping the head off Chucky does not stop Chucky. Come on.
I was a child. Remember that.
Tired of your excuses.
Yeah.
I'm only a kid. What a jerk.
Shut up, little girl.
Oh.
You need to stop telling your child to shut up, Josh. And you should really learn her name.
No, she's stronger than
Oh.
me.
Yes, she's willing to watch The Exorcist. Let's continue on to number 9. We actually recently watched this film, Hocus Pocus from 1993.
Oh, it's only number 9. I thought that was okay. This is the one. I thought it was gonna be like top 5.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like it.
What?
Dude,
I didn't like it.
What do you mean you didn't like it?
I
When
got a
did you
hot
like
take.
it?
I just didn't like it.
Okay, go for it. Go do your hot take. We'll put you on your soapbox.
I
Go
was
for
like, I don't know. I've also made the mistake of watching it recently, and I just didn't have the same nostalgia feeling for it that a lot of people have.
Did you watch it as a kid? Like, did you go see it?
I did. I watched it as a kid, and I don't know. I liked it as a kid, but now I couldn't sit through it.
Oh,
I
okay.
watched
Yeah.
it-
You know what?
I rewatched it recently. Again, I think this falls under a Turtles 2 sort of territory.
No, but I think that's us. Like, we're at this age. That movie, if it came out now, would not be appealing to us now. But as
You
a
know
kid,
they're
I don't
working on a
think it
second
was
one,
appealing
right?
to kids, though.
as a kid, I loved that movie. You know, I watched it a lot. I remember seeing it in
Have
theater.
you watched it again recently? And would you
No,
have
that's what I'm
still
saying.
the
Like
same
now,
love for it?
no, but
Because
that's what
I
I'm
know
saying.
I know people that still watch this thing annually, and they still
Yeah.
love it.
I have a friend who does that.
Although Sarah Jessica
Right.
Parker, come on, let's be real.
Yeah, I think that was one of the check marks for like, oh yes, I'm gonna watch that film.
I don't know, man. That Bette Midler.
You know they're coming back with the second one, right? I'm waiting for it.
Are you really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
Hey, man, I got no ill will towards you if you like this movie. I didn't think it was that great as a kid. I thought it was okay, and now as an adult, I like it even less. So yeah,
Rewatching it, so rewatching it recently, it brought back some memories of like, because it's been a while since I've seen the film. I don't actively go out of my way to watch this movie, so it's been a couple years since I've seen it. So when I got to see it again, it was memorable to the point where like, I remember the plot. Like, I remember the scene. It was like just a fun wave of nostalgia.
I remember the talking cat.
Yes, exactly. That's kind of like,
All I'm
I
saying,
remember-
no virgin man should be lighting a candle anytime soon. I'm just saying, if this happens and it comes after, and we have another
I remember
blowout for
seeing the
2020, I'm gonna be mad.
That's another thing. It's interesting to actually like see some of the wording and stuff of the scripts as an adult. Like, I would not understand that as a kid.
yeah. There's the other thing too, right?
So,
It's
yeah,
like,
so that's kind of another way to watch it. Like, that's interesting. Just those little things. So let's move on to number 8. From 1973, The Exorcist.
oh, this is a
There's
classic.
only 8. That should be way higher.
I
Hey,
found
yeah.
this list, and it's really questionable.
Okay, yeah.
3 for sure.
We'll get to it, women. You can yell at Town and Country later. You can yell at them.
Yeah.
They're just an American country, American company. That's why they can yell at it.
Will you please stop trying to fuel fire? We are you have to realize we already have our thoughts about the US. You can't really change it or
no.
make it worse.
And Jesus said I would put more gasoline on it.
She's just gonna
I was
keep
adding
putting,
to it.
she's gonna put more fuel, and it's gonna just go in a blaze. We've already gone through one fire. We can't go for another one. Like, I've gone through the red days.
Just going back to this movie though, I can't watch it.
You can't watch
Yeah,
it.
you cannot sit through it.
No, it's for me, I remember seeing this movie when I was 13, and it was. I remember liking it as 13. I was like, "Yo, this movie was good." Like, and I get why it's at the time it was supposedly the scariest movie of all time. And then they re-released it in the theaters a couple years later for like the 25th anniversary or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it was terrifying to me. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. The way they transformed Linda Blair, like her complete transformation, the way it was done, for whatever reason, I found her face terrifying. And I saw like the midnight show that Friday, and I was like 16, and I was like, this. I had trouble getting her face out of my head for like weeks, and I was a teenager. It was that was. So I think it's a fantastic movie, but I can't watch it. Like, I can't.
I totally agree. It's a very classic film. It's something, but it's interesting to note that I'm surprised you can't watch that film.
Maybe now, like 20 years later, I could probably give it a shot. But even still, I look on YouTube and they do like, Watch Mojo or whatever, these like top 10 lists of horror characters, whatever. And she comes on and I skip it. I'm like, I fast forward. Man, the way they did her face, her transformation is incredible, though. It's
really ingrained. It's really ingrained in your head at this point. Wow.
But I think it's just it's almost a kudos to the filmmaker, the costume designers, the makeup, everything. The way it's done in that movie is like, for that kind of a movie, is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it's brilliant, and it left me like scarred. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Anyway, that's my opinion.
I've recently watched it again, and it's a lot of just the subtle and the instant, like the changes in her, and it is a slow progression, and the fact that
subliminal messages, like,
it's not subliminal means you don't notice it. It's there on purpose. Like, that it's a cut scene for a reason of that face, right? Of that face. He does it more than once, right? Like, they sort of superimpose it over Linda Blair's face a few times in just the scene alone. And then when when the priest is walking down the street or something like that, or in the subway, he sees it. So it's done purposefully, right? And just the director himself was brilliant and a genius. And this is one of those movies that has that interesting and creepy distinction of having been cursed because of the tragedies that have surrounded it.
Yeah.
The fire, and then an actor passing away during production and all that stuff, right?
Okay, like, sorry. Two quick things, because I know we want to get through this list. I remember seeing it, and I think they had added footage, and one of the footage that they added to was her doing the spider walk down the stairs. And because I don't think they had officially done that in the original version. I don't know. I don't remember. But when I saw in theaters, she does that spider walk, and she's got like the blood coming out of her mouth, and then it cuts to black. I literally stood up and clapped, though, because I was like, that was freaking amazing. And then at the end of the movie, when the priests come in the house and she lets out this blood-curdling demon scream, I jumped. I literally jumped. I barely react a lot of times with horror movies. Like, I'll jolt a little, but I jumped at that because it was so out of nowhere and terrifying and awesome.
Oh,
sorry. That's my
kudos. All right, then kudos to The Exorcist, to still giving the people fear even after 25 years.
You know it.
So let's
more than that, but okay.
Number 7, the 1976 version of Carrie.
Ooh.
I did watch that. That was pretty good.
That is a good film. Have you guys watched the remake?
Yeah, I watched it once.
Yeah, I watched it once, and it did not
even close.
The same horror
Have you read the
fight
book?
field as the first one.
No, that's one of the things I've been actively listening to a lot of audiobooks. So it's kind of I have a list of things that I want to quote read.
I had to read the book in university as I was doing like English one semester or whatever it was, and that was part of the literature we had to read, and it is a wonderful book. Like, it's because the way it's written is it cuts every chapter. Half of the chapter is written as police reports from the night that happened, and the other half is written from the best friend's perspective.
Ooh.
It's not a very long book. It's maybe like 200 some odd pages, and it is great. It is a great read, and I can't recommend it enough. It's really good.
So yeah, anyone who wants a horror horror story, Carrie. It seems like it's an interesting style of reading. So let's move on to number 6. The 1984 Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah. Who do you call?
Yeah, that's a great one. You know,
Yeah. That
that's
was an
fantastic.
It's a classic ghost film. It's always enjoyable to watch any time of the year, but I think it's fun to watch it on a Halloween month to just kind of get the spooks up and running.
Yeah, I
Um,
would go with that. It's a great comedy. It's weird when you say like they don't make them like that anymore, but they don't. That's
yeah.
hopefully Ghostbusters Afterlife is a good sequel to that. The first 2 movies, but that's a fantastic movie. Joey and I have talked about it at length. It's wonderful.
All right. So if you guys want more on that, they have. Oh wait, do you guys have an episode of that?
We have an episode of the remake.
Okay, never mind.
Now you need to go back and do the old ones now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to number 5. And this one I remember as a child gave me the creeps, and it till this day does a little bit. From 1990, Edward Scissorhands.
Ooh.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's like at his prime. I'll say that too. You know, that's when he was weird and like he played these kooky characters. And
he still
it wasn't
does. He still plays cookie characters.
But but what I mean is like this was when it wasn't overdone. Like he wasn't doing it just to be like weird. You know, he still wasn't, you know, he had done Jump Street, he had done Nightmare on Elm Street. He'd done a few things, but this movie kind of solidified him or started making him a movie star. And he's great. He's great. Like that movie it's one of Tim Burton's, probably top 5. It's a great movie, and he's awesome in it.
Totally agree.
I agree.
And so is Winona Ryder.
Oh yeah,
Right?
she was in that one.
She's great. And what's his name? The guy that was in like those John Hughes movies.
Anthony Michael Hall.
That's the one. As a villain, like it was strange to see him as a villain after watching Breakfast Club or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like as a tough guy villain, nonetheless. Don't forget though, this was also I think Vincent Price's last movie ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Vincent Price is a legend of the horror / spooky genre in general. So he's a very Halloween-y type character anyways, right? So it's again, Burton is one of my most favorite directors, so I kind of love almost everything he does.
Oh yeah, I think he was great up until the 90s for me, and then I think after he did Big Fish, which I really enjoyed. After that,
I love that Fish movie too. I actually kind of cried through that movie.
It's a good like little heartfelt type of movie, but I get what you're trying to say, Josh. But I mean, I am talking about that era of Burton, and I did say almost all his movies.
Oh yeah, come on, both Batman movies, Beetlejuice, like fantastic. Those movies, fantastic for sure.
All right, let's continue on to number 4, 1978 Halloween.
Ooh, this is actually our next episode.
I haven't actually seen it.
That's number 4 though.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not gonna. Yeah, exactly. This is actually going to be our next episode coming this Wednesday.
So everyone, if you guys haven't listened to it already, check it out.
Yeah, okay, right, because this episode drops
The 2nd.
Okay.
November.
All right, so it will be the week before this episode drops. So the Wednesday that just passed for your listeners. So this will be available by the time your show airs it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
go
in other
check
words,
it
this
out.
is our last episode / future. I'm confused.
We're in a time loop right now.
Yes, it's a
time
weird
loop.
time.
Let's do the time warp again.
But yeah, Halloween is another classic staple of films of just classic horror. A lot of people
Yes.
like Well, a lot of people don't like. I try to get my younger siblings to kind of watch some more classic films from like the 70s, 80s, just to show them some of that style of films, and just trying to get some of these
Oh, before computers were involved.
kind of things like that.
Computers existed. They were just a big, huge room.
They weren't
Yeah.
part of movies at that point.
They were a room. That's it. They were just a room,
they were the room. Yeah.
and they could just they were a giant calculator. That's what they were.
That's about it. Your phone can do more than any of those computers can.
Your watch.
Anyways, back. That's true. Your watch. So back to the movie.
But yeah, the 1970 Halloween.
starring Austin Powers.
Any
Sorry,
thoughts?
different Mike Myers. My bad. Different Mike Myers.
Yeah. Like, wait a second. I was like, wait a second. I'm trying to think.
It threw him off so much.
I was like, wait a second. I was like about to start googling. Like,
Josh really got you there, didn't he?
yeah,
Jesus.
he did. So let me get him with this one for number 3, 1988, Beetlejuice.
Oh, geez, that's a classic.
I feel
That'd
like
be
that's
classic.
strange for Halloween, though.
Really?
Why?
I don't know why. You know why? Okay, I'll tell you. For me, Beetlejuice almost seemed like an all year. Like I could watch that movie anytime. I don't think I watched it ever on Halloween specifically because it's not a
It didn't seem like it, not even that it was a scary movie, but it wasn't essentially like geared towards that time of year, right?
like it was. The movie itself takes place also over like a good chunk of time, right? Because they, between Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis going to like whatever that other realm, they come back months later. So I never felt that it was a Halloween movie per se. And
Yeah.
plus the fact that it's not really a horror movie, it kind of is, but it's not really. It's more like a horror comedy. I never thought of it as a Halloween movie. So
It's just
this
a
one
classic,
surprises
though.
me.
I mean, I guess I don't know. That's what I think of it. It's just a
This
classic, and
list
it's got
is
the creep,
really sorry.
creep factor on it.
Fair enough. Like,
Yeah, no, I think it's a
this list
wonderful
is
movie.
really surprising me though. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
because I've actually found the list, and we'll go back to what the other movies on this thing are.
Oh yeah, we can kind of
After
do a
we're done.
little.
Yeah,
we can do like a little. Call it. What? Shoot. Forget what it's called. We'll go through some of the other ones that they had, just kind of nitpick some of them. But yeah, so let's continue with number 2. Another more recent one from 2017. Get Out.
Really?
Jesus and I watched that together.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. It's a good one.
So, look, it's a good movie, but I'm sorry, I'm just thinking now because we have one more spot left, and in the top 10, there's been neither so far Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street. What is happening? What list is this?
Like I said, you can take it all.
Family.
Or a Scream? Like,
don't worry,
what the
my
hell?
friends.
Who is writing this list?
Let's see. The name of the writer is 2 writers. Kate Robinson and Roxanne
Adam
Adams.
And Roxanne. Okay.
Roxanne.
Okay, so they grew up watching like Clueless and like reading Babysitter's Club, so they didn't watch these movies as a kid. Cool, good for them.
Yeah,
Stop
like
hating on women. It's not a good look for you.
I'm not hating on women. I'm just saying.
Hey, there's a woman in this room here now.
No, I'm saying two of my closest friends growing up were ladies and are still ladies.
Hey, you need to stop calling me a girl. What the hell?
Shut up, Joe. I'm just saying. It doesn't matter what your gender. We all friends, male, female. We watched like the actual scary movies, Amityville Horror, The Shining. Man, like what is happening?
So
This list is a little weak.
okay, so yeah.
It only came out 3 years ago too. Get it together.
Yeah, overall, I honestly would not have considered Get Out as a Halloween movie. It is a good movie, but it's not really like a Halloween film for me.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
So
Not even-
I mean, it's a scary concept if you're not white. but
So let's kind of scroll down, and before we hit number one, let's kind of see some of the movies that they also have on here.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Some of the other films on this list is Paranormal Activity.
what's
Yeah.
that rated at?
Or
Uh,
Saw?
no, number 16.
All these movies. Oh. Okay.
Oh no,
Del-
this is a 29 film list, and
yeah,
like
there's a lot. I'm just kind of scrolling through and just picking a couple of one. Halloween Town, that is a classic film.
wait, Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock is in this list.
What the hell? Like I said, these ladies watched Clueless as kids. Like this is, I'm telling you.
Witches of Eastwick is a good one.
Which one?
Witches of Eastwick is a
Oh.
good one.
You know what? That is a great one.
That's a good one.
I haven't seen that in over 30 years though.
It came out in 87, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's an
Silence
Death
of the
Becomes Her is on this list.
What?
You're
That's
getting
a great
so-
movie, but that has Halloween? What the
Not really, right? Sleepy Hollow is 24 on a list of 29 movies.
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, Dracula. Okay, I think they like put this list backwards because the movies get better as you go down the list.
What is 29? What's 29?
Us.
Us.
Oh, I still haven't seen that. So I don't know.
I mean, neither.
It's interesting.
Is it good?
Okay, bro.
Uh,
Are there Nightmare on Elm Streets?
it's
Friday the
worth-
13th?
it's worth one watch.
Yeah, I think they've like I
What
found
about
the list because
Candyman?
I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
So
some of those
I
aren't
think-
on it.
like okay, Silence of the Lambs is on this.
Yeah.
Again, not a Halloween movie. Oh my gosh.
We just got Josh all heated, like, oh,
We broke him. I
What-
like when we break him. It's fun.
This is like hurting my brain because like
Psycho, the 1960 Alfred Hitchcock version, is 28. So I really think that they've basically
Okay.
posted this backwards. So the number one list is actually number 20. The number one on this list is actually 29, and 29 on this list is number
but I
one.
wouldn't put Us as the top spot. Are you kidding me?
I know I put The Shining before that.
Okay,
The Shining and 80s slashers movies got to be in the top 10.
There's only I don't think there's only one slasher movie on this list, Josh,
And it's Halloween?
and it's Halloween.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's number one? I gotta know.
okay. Number one,
Oh, sorry, there might be another slasher movie.
from 1996,
You're gonna be so
Scream.
mad.
Scream.
Scream.
You're gonna be so mad. You're so mad.
Okay, no, see, here's the thing. Scream is great. Scream is a great movie.
But it's
Like,
a comedy.
It's so meta, and in the way it kind of flips the slasher genre on its head, that's awesome. And I've rewatched it so many times. You know, that cast is awesome. Matthew Lillard, his dumb jokes are awesome, and same with Jamie Kennedy, fantastic. But number one, like who? Oh boy, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they reversed this list.
But I would put that in the top 10 for sure. Scream should
No,
be
I-
maybe
but
top.
what I'm trying to say is, so they wrote this list backwards by putting Scream at number one and Us at 29.
I don't know. I don't think Us should be on there. I don't think Get Out should be on there. They're too new. They're not like a classic movie you'd watch on Halloween.
They're not meant. Yeah, they're meant for year-round scares, not just Halloween scares.
Like Scream is great. Halloween is great. Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Candyman. Like all these, that's what you watch on Halloween. You watch these movies to be scared. Not what are you gonna watch? The Hulk? Like I don't know.
The Sixth Sense is on this.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a Halloweenish kind of movie.
I kind of want to know now, does Practical Magic at least take place during Halloween, or is it just about two witches that sort of hang out?
I don't know. I've never seen.
Aren't they like sisters or something? Or I don't know.
I
really don't know.
couldn't tell you, man.
Time for a movie night.
It's
Joey, we are
definitely
not
Halloween. We're gonna cuddle up with a bowl of popcorn and watch this together on the love seat. I'm telling you right now.
Quarantine together.
Oh my god, we're gonna do like a Netflix like Zoom watch along party. Practical Magic.
We actually did a Disney Plus group party the other day and watched.
How is that? How does
It-
that come out?
It's interesting. We had only like 3 people. It was me, Liz, and one other individual.
I thought you don't need more than that. Still a party.
It's still a party, you know. You got to watch it. It's one of those things that's interesting because you're watching it together. Even though you're not in the same room, you know you're watching a film with other people at the same time. The way the group works, you can actually do little reactions, and it kind of pops up on the screen. And since we use Discord, we use a little chat to kind of just chat little things while we're watching the
Oh,
movie.
make little comments and stuff.
Yeah, like, oh, I remember this, like, yeah, things like that. So we recently watched The Haunted Mansion, another
With Eddie Murphy.
Oh wow, I've never seen.
Neither have I, man. After the disappointment that Pluto Nash even existed, I kind of
Didn't that come out though after Pirates of the Caribbean? So they were trying to capitalize on another Disney ride.
Oh, they definitely were trying to capitalize on another Disney ride.
Like, wasn't that
Yeah.
it? I haven't seen
it's
it.
Disney. It's a Disney ride, but I love. That's one of the rides I try and get on when I'm at Disneyland, and I go to Disneyland pretty frequently lately.
The ride is classic. I remember that as a kid, and it was always. Disney.
Wait, hold on here. I think I may have missed this, but Disneyland is actually open.
Yes.
No, it's not open right now.
Oh, no.
Disney
Disney
World
World.
is. Disney World is open.
Disney World is open, not
Disneyland
Disneyland.
is not open.
Disney
I'm waiting
World
for
is
the
open?
elections to see what happens.
Okay, so wait, Disney World is open though.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And that
I got cousins
World
who
is in
still work there.
Florida, right?
Yes.
This
Okay,
World
it's
is the one in
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's
I've
Florida.
never been to Disneyland. I grew up
Don't-
going to Disney World for many, many, many years.
Well, it's the closer of the two for us.
Well, it's also my parents have had like timeshare in Florida, so we would
That's
go.
true, they do.
You know,
Or did, sorry.
Yeah, for years went to Disney World like every year up until I think from like 4 to 13 or something like that. I can't remember.
I think the last time was when we were there together, wasn't it?
That was the last legit trip. I didn't go to Disney World, but the last time I went to Florida was like 6 years ago, and it was only for like Thanksgiving weekend. But it was really just to be on the beach and like the somewhere in the Gulf of Mexico. I forget the actual city though.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Anyway,
So let's so that's kind of the list that Town and Country has given us. We did not write it. Someone
no,
else
I know
did.
you didn't. This list is questionable.
You get to take all the blame though.
Josh is blaming you for this list.
It's- well, I found it. Someone else wrote it. Not my opinion. I think that person's stupid. So,
It's like crazy here. You just disagree with their list in movies.
we all do at this point.
But it doesn't make sense. It's like putting a Christmas movie on. I can't even come up with a metaphor.
All right. Okay.
let's-
Here's my next question. Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that a Halloween or a Christmas movie?
Yes, it is.
It is
Halloween.
both. It is both. I will.
You know what? No, that is a Halloween movie for sure. I mean, the main character is a freaking skeleton.
Learning about Christmas.
I argue it's a
but
Thanksgiving movie. Think about it. I just blew your
Between the
mind.
both
didn't I?
holidays.
it's a Hanukkah movie. Let's be real.
Yes.
That actually makes more sense. Actually,
That was.
No, but you know what? That would be acceptable. Like if that was in the top 10, I would still be like, you know what? That makes sense.
I think that was like 22 or something.
so which is why I say that this list is backwards.
Yeah,
I don't even think it's backwards. I think it's just.
No, but do you get what I'm
No.
saying? So it's like
there's so many elements I don't agree with. Like that shouldn't be on there. Period.
So,
like, how is Bram Stoker's Dracula not in the top 10 of this list?
there's a couple films in there that we could make, but I think
Dracula.
Are you kidding me? That version of Dracula is great.
It is, but again, but that's another one. I wouldn't even associate that with Halloween. That would be.
Okay, now you're just being crazy. When do you talk about vampires and witches and ghosts and shit? At Christmas? No, you talk about it at
No,
Halloween.
in the middle of July. That's when you talk about it.
No, that's fair. But okay, but here's the thing. This is why though. I've actually only seen Bram Stoker Dracula like once, maybe twice.
There's your first mistake.
No, I know. But the thing is, that movie, I think its quality is too, because who directed that? Was that Coppola?
Yeah.
The quality is so good that it's more of like a film. It's not a horror movie. It's like it's not just like
who says that a Halloween movie can't be good and they have to be stupid and campy?
I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying that. But it's like Halloween, I feel like was the movies where you watched movies just to be scared. Where Dracula is, there's so much more to it than that. That's all I'm saying. I mean, hey, if it is in the top 10, I wouldn't disagree per se, but it's just like Silence of the Lambs. I wouldn't put Silence of the Lambs on there. And that is it won Best Picture. It won everything that year. It's so good, but I wouldn't even put it on a Halloween list.
That's just a good thriller in general. But I mean,
that's all I'm saying. I'm not necessarily disagreeing.
I think what their aim with this list was to give sort of like an idea of what to watch in terms of thriller. And let's not forget, this was definitely written by someone who has children, considering there are a lot of kids movies on this list.
Yeah. Who watches Halloween? I didn't even know that was a movie until a couple years ago.
That is a fantastic Halloween film.
I think there's a little bit of an age gap between us and our host, Josh.
Probably. Also,
he is the youngest here. I'm not gonna lie.
Also,
wait a minute. Is there?
Yeah.
How old are we?
The youngest.
What's happening?
We're in our 30s, Josh.
How old are you people?
30.
Oh yeah, you youngin.
I'm a little older than him. I'm not saying my age.
You don't have to.
Fun fact is the location where they filmed Halloween Town is just near us. Like
and I actually went there a couple years ago. It was
really? Do they have like a whole setup for it where they
They do have the town square
and everything. It's all set up. It's all the natural.
Google Maps. Find them. What
was the name? What was the name of the city? I can't remember off the top of my head.
So in Halloween Town, so like the town square or whatever, they set it up almost like the way the set was set up, just to pay homage every Halloween and all that stuff.
Yep, they do. I think a few years back. Cool. A few years back, they had the main actors go kind of make a little showcase there, and it was nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. Cool. I went there. That's pretty cool. It was fun. They did a parade, and I was throwing out candy, and my daughter enjoyed it.
It was
a nice little get up. It was a nice little town. It was really pretty.
So hopefully that's a good way to kind of close up this.
Josh, Halloween Town had Debbie Reynolds in it.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. Like she's the only name I'm looking it up right now. She's the only name I can see on it, but she's a big name. Sorry?
So talk about a fall from grace.
I think she was.
Wow. Jesus. That burn, I heard it. I felt it.
Singing in the Rain, absolute classic. Halloween Town? It's like Leslie Nielsen going from going to prom night. Come on.
No. All right.
How is prom night not on that list?
Well, you don't have prom in October, Joe.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm just saying.
It would be under that one too. That would be a prom one too.
Okay.
Right? Carrie, you know what? Carrie took its spot. That's why.
That's why. Yes, that's exactly. We'll agree. Let's agree with that. So that's we're getting towards the end of the show. We're gonna get towards the game show portion of the podcast.
Sorry.
GingerFlix, come on down.
Come on, Ginger Snaps.
Come get your ginger snaps. What?
Serious. Jesus, why do you keep inviting us on? We never let you get through a full show without being interrupted.
this is obviously going to be my first and last appearance. Let's be honest.
I thought that too.
It's like, forget that guy. He's done.
Yeah, red tape him right
I
there.
feel like Jesus is really just a glutton for punishment from us.
He's like, I can only handle one redhead at a time.
That's what I'm learning now.
Well,
You know, I thought I would have learned my lesson when I was on your side.
You know,
Right now.
Good taste.
you don't know the trials that we face.
Okay, so we're gonna be playing Inheritance. We're gonna still stay with this spooky stuff because the way Inheritance works is I'm gonna be offering you guys some money that has been left to you, but the money has been cursed. So you're gonna be willing to take your inheritance or let it be. So since there's two of you, there's gonna be 3 rounds. Each of you will get a chance for one. If one of them takes the inheritance, the other one has a chance to snatch it. So which one of you would want to start?
Well, since Josh is the rookie here, let's go with him.
Son of a.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay. So
I was going to nominate Joey. Damn it.
First
too
come,
late.
first serve.
okay, Josh.
Okay.
Okay. So that's not that hard. So you're going to be are currently about to inherit $50,000. But whenever you use a computer, your forehead flashes bright red.
Like Rudolph?
Sure.
Done.
Big.
Sold. Like for how long? Forever?
For as long as you're using the computer.
Or no, but I mean like for the
Yeah,
rest of my life?
For your rest of your life.
Or like until I spend the 50 grand.
No, it's a curse. You have
Mm.
until
Mm.
for the rest of your life. You can pass on it, and Joey can try to take it or leave it. But this is
So, like,
50,
wait. Are there more inheritances after this?
yeah. There's 3 rounds. There's
Okay.
round 1.
Or is it just like our opinion?
Well, you don't have to take the money if you don't want to. If you feel this
It's a game,
curse,
Josh. Your face is not gonna
it's
light up. I was so confused
I'm just-
there at your disdain for this.
I'm just trying to weigh the pros and cons. Because if it was like 50 million, hell yes, I'd take it in a second. Even 50,000 is still a lot of money. And if I'm using a computer that I'm not around people,
Well, here's the question though. Here's the real question. Is it just like a computer or does your phone count?
for this. I'll stipulate just a computer that uses a keyboard and mouse.
Oh, dude, easy.
Oh, okay. Keyboard and mouse. So not a trackpad. Amazing. No,
Laptops counts as computers.
I will for 50 grand. I think I will pass.
Okay, Joey, will you take the $50,000?
Sure, why not?
Okay, $50,000. All right, I'll put that in the Joey stack.
Fucking right.
All right.
There you go.
Okay.
I could find a way to use that to my advantage, to be honest.
I don't know. See, like the thing. Look, here's my reasoning. Part of me would really want the money, but if it's for forever and we're using computers all the time, I feel like it would come to a point after maybe a few years that I'm like, this is the worst and it's not worth it.
I honestly feel like I'm just gonna,
If it was until I
up on
spent the money,
as soon as I turn like, 60 and just be like a regular old person and not know what a computer is, that's my plan.
yeah,
What's a computer?
yeah, it's true. I mean, I guess I could use the phone for a lot of Zoom. I don't know. Pass. Sucks, but
Okay.
whatever.
All right, Joey. Well, this is round 1 for you. This one's a little bit deeper. So we're gonna go. So you're gonna be given $100,000,
Alrighty.
but whenever you stumble, you accidentally destroy your prized personal possession.
My computer.
Why is your computer on you all the time?
Hey man, you never know when you're gonna need it.
And it's not even a laptop. You're carrying your desktop. Stop
exactly.
it. That's what you're
I have like the tower I carry like in a backpack, and I just like hold the monitor in my hand.
It's a Pentium 2 from '98. Like what the hell?
No, it's like one of the original Macs.
Oh god.
So for this one, we're gonna kind of do a little bit of kind of Final Destination style, where if you do stumble, some series of events will lead to the destruction of your possession.
Okay, so like I have a whole Final Destination thing going, but I do get $100,000 out of it.
Yes, but then once your personal possession breaks, whatever you prize next will break next. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
will you take the 100,000 to be added to your
I
pot?
think I might pass on this one.
Okay, you're gonna pass. Then Josh, will you take this? How about this? Let me ask you this: what is currently your most prized possession?
My is a ring that my daughter gave me, and it says
Ooh.
"Dad." I wear it every day.
Aww.
So
Way to go. Now you sound like a jerk, Jesus.
yeah, so I'm like, so here's my question: if it breaks, can it be repaired?
Yeah, there's nothing saying that it can't be repaired.
Okay, if it can be repaired, I may take the money. But if it is completely irreparable, no.
I'm not gonna disintegrate it. It just breaks.
That's what I mean. Yeah, if it's like dust gone, then no. Sorry.
No, it,
But
it breaks.
if
It's like
it can be repaired,
it
yeah,
can be.
I think 100 grand for sure.
Okay. Then 100 grand added to Josh's pot.
I knew it. He'd win.
Uh, we're gonna move on to the next one. This one we're gonna increase the price a little bit more. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Let's see how careful you are, Josh. Okay.
Yes.
This one's gonna be for. I'm trying to see this one. Yeah. We'll go. Oh, this one's tough. I want to say $250,000. That's how much you're gonna be inheriting.
Alrighty.
But every time you accidentally burn yourself, you shoot devastatingly powerful lasers out of your genitalia for a full minute.
That just sounds like a good Friday
Yeah.
night.
I'm sorry. I'm taking the 250K.
You want to split it?
That all sounds like a win.
Josh, don't forget, I'm actually a plumber. I burn myself a lot.
I'm just saying, like, I get 250 grand. If I accidentally burn myself, I'm shooting lasers out of my dick.
Yeah, baby. That just sounds like fun.
Dude, I'm a superhero, first of all. Like,
He's gonna walk around this city with like a curling iron.
dude, no, I'll just have like a little lighter. Just like flick my ow, bam, done. Devastation. Okay, wait, also hold on.
The
There's the
Canadian
laser.
hero.
Yeah, so super cock.
Wolverine.
Yeah, you had a question?
No, I'd be the new Cyclops. Let's be real.
One eye.
With the one-eyed monster. I get it.
But hold on. Does the laser hurt me?
No, I would give it to you that it just causes property damage.
Oh, still, yeah.
You just made that way too easy.
Done.
I just don't want to be in the area when he accidentally is in the kitchen. He burned himself with his family around, and
Where he doesn't cook.
Hey.
Microwaves. Just don't worry about
Shut
that.
up, Joe. I make a damn good grilled cheese. Don't even start with me. And my mashed potatoes
Maple
are
syrup
top
in it.
notch.
also, we haven't classified what burn is because you can sometimes burn your mouth with food. So
Oh.
a little hot coffee can go a long way.
You're sitting there having a coffee. Next thing you know, your dick is shooting lasers.
We've all watched Anchorman, right?
Yes.
We have.
Yes.
So you remember there's like it's one quick scene, like they're all talking, and Brick, he's drinking a coffee and he's like, I just burnt my tongue, like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I was just picturing Brick doing that and then devastation.
for a solid minute.
Just a solid- like, and what's funny is that become like a Family Guy moment. Like it goes way too long. It's funny, then not funny, then funny again. So yeah, it's all a win. Let's be honest.
Okay. So
You're welcome,
okay.
Earth.
All right, Joey, we're gonna stay in the same price range because the way these decks was cut is it stays around the same amount. For $250,000. You'll inherit $250,000, but every time you cut yourself, you have to rub ghost peppers on your genitalia
Oh,
Burn.
ouch.
That's a little sadomasochism right there. Now, do I have to do it myself, or can I have someone else do it for me?
The way this is phrased, you have to do it. So you rub it yourself subconsciously.
Oh,
Yeah, but I find if someone else did it, it'd be way more fun.
Yes, it would be.
I'm not rubbing it on you, Joe. I'm not doing
You will do what I tell you to do and like it.
that. Yes, master.
Dominatrix, all right.
I don't know. I'm the one getting the ghost peppers on my my business. For
gets-
$250,000.
Yes.
So you
The
can't
question
cut yourself. Not even a paper cut, man.
No, I know that, and you know,
Oh.
taking my career into consideration, that might not be the best plan. I mean, if I have to do it myself, then no. But if I can get like a partner or a teammate, then okay.
Damn it, Joe.
It just wants to make someone else suffer. No, it has to be solo.
They're not suffering. They're just, putting ghost peppers on my fun bits. I didn't say it had to be you, Josh. You just really want to do it.
I thought the closet was open, y'all.
Pardon?
It's the Dutch rudder with peppers.
Oh yeah, does a Dutch rudder count?
I'll accept it.
He'll accept. All right, then let's do this.
All right, 250,000 to your bank. Okay, so we'll finish off. We'll start with Joey this time. Let's see here. So this one, this is an interesting one. So I'm gonna bump this up to exactly $1 million.
You gotta do it like Dr. Evil, though.
$1 million.
I gotta get in the headspace to do that.
Why make trillions when we can make billions?
Dr.
Okay, so
Wow.
for $1 million, Joey,
Okay.
this is how much you're gonna be inheriting. But every time you burp, a piece of technology you own is replaced with Flintstone style technology.
Oh, hell yeah.
That'd be tough to watch porn.
You're just making yourself, honey.
I really like this girl. She's really fun.
Trust me, the new show is moving forward with new things. That's why I have a new co-host.
Yeah, Jesus, you can't get rid of me that quickly.
I'll be honest. I don't think you had a co-host last time I was on.
No, I did not. I was all solo. The show used to be a lot different back then.
That is very true too. Dang, this is a conundrum. This is a real pickle.
Don't tickle it.
That's what I've been doing for the last hour.
So you're currently sitting at, what is it, 300,000 inheritance. You're
Plus
currently
billion.
Oh yeah.
But every time I belch, and I belch a lot, I'd
You
lose.
are Italian.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pass on this one.
All right, you're gonna pass on it. Then Josh, this is on you. Are you willing to take the million from this inheritance?
See, here's what I'm thinking. I feel like in the grand scheme of things, I might spend over $1 million in having to replace technology. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like I might go for it because you can save all your data to the cloud, right? If I burp and let's say my Bluetooth speaker turns into Flintstones technology, I want a bird, like a prehistoric bird, that will sing to me. So
Or they'll say something like, "It's a living."
exactly. I'll be like, "Yo, play." I don't know.
I want that, Alexa.
Alexa, Siri, tell me the news.
Alexa just turns into a bird that is just a record player. I love it already. It's a living.
So, I mean, the only problem is like, what if how far in terms of technology does it go? Like,
I would say whatever you would anything that has technology.
So all your sex toys, Josh, they would have to go.
But admittedly, they might become better. Turning into
Oh, I don't know about that. Might hurt a little bit. Just saying.
I would
You want
say
rock?
It,
You got
it all
rock or
depends on
obsidian?
what sex toys he's using there, Liz.
I think a
Why?
vibrator is still win-win.
I didn't specify.
okay. So the way I would for this
I'm just
situation.
saying rocks.
I mean, if a rock is polished down pretty smooth, it
think-
probably would still be
Yeah.
okay.
I think the beads would still stay the same. You know what I mean? So
That's true. The beads probably would still stay the same. They might be a little bit more jagged, though. That's the worry.
oh,
So
better.
You
So-
just slap a condom on it, you're good.
so Josh,
There you go.
So you know what though? I think in the grand scheme though, I would probably pass. I think in the end, like after a while, it'd be too much. So
remember
I'm
you have one more offer too.
sold. Let's do it.
Okay, so
Is there
we'll
more
skip,
lasers from genitals?
well we'll find out.
Powers from genitals?
Laser.
Okay, so you skipped $1 million for this one.
We both did.
Yeah, you guys
Mm.
both skipped on the $1 million. So this last one, since you skipped on that one, and this one, yeah, this one's a tough one. So I'm gonna bump this up a good chunk because
All
even
right.
even this one's a little hard for me.
Dude, I can't wait for my checks. Like send them.
Don't worry, it's all you'll find it all.
They're
in
coming by
exposed
snail
stories.
mail.
Oh, perfect. Yay.
So
Josh,
I'm gonna,
don't accept that. Their mailings, their postal service is falling apart. Don't do it.
okay,
Pigeon mail.
it's just
Well,
send
I think-
Carrier bird.
we'll send a goose. Okay,
Well, were you? Did you take the $1 million? And have you been burping? That's why it's like snail mail now. You don't have email. What's going on?
that's how America is now. It's just people are burping a lot.
Burping and regressing.
That's what
Drinking.
happened when they elected Donald Trump. We've discussed it.
Now you all have to run with your feet on the bus, kind of thing.
That's how they've been getting around.
All right, everybody, run together.
Okay, so Josh, for the final round, and this one's going to be for $5 million.
Oh, sold.
Okay, then
Wait,
We
wait.
just want to know what it is. Then.
no, he has accepted it. You all heard it.
No.
I heard it.
I heard it.
it.
I heard it. So
What did he do? What does he do now?
this is what he agreed upon for his inheritance. This is what he signed. So
I
for $5
agreed
million,
to hearing the offer. I agreed to hearing the offer. That's it.
I don't know.
Entertaining the offer.
Okay, let's hear the offer and congratulate you on accepting it.
Yes, we should next time be wary of your answer because now you have accepted $5 million. Because every time you hear a baby cry,
Oh no.
you have to bathe in rotting onions and cat piss.
Wow. That's so much more aggressive.
You also have 4 cats, so it's plausible.
Oh, 3? And they're all
Sorry,
old.
Sorry. I'm
You know
sorry.
what? You know what? The money will go to my kid, so worth it.
There you go. Silver lining.
I'll still make every baby I ever meet cry around you.
I know. And
I
I feel like
want to see
Hold
videos.
on. Jesus, do recordings count?
No, I only
Has
have
to
Baby
be
has
alive.
to be there.
it has to
That's
be
not-
it has to be a live baby.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alright.
that's-
I
that's
am
worth
now
it.
in the business
worth
of
it.
stealing babies just to have them cry around Josh.
That's worth it. I'll
And then
just make
return
sure
them
that my
safely
mouth
back
is
to the
closed.
parents.
So
And I
that
will
was
raise them as my own.
that was inheritance. So we have come to the end of the show. It's been a pleasure to have both of you here. Like
It's been fun.
You
so.
don't have to lie. It's okay.
So this is the part of the show where I let my guests shout out anything they would like.
Hmm.
All
Joey,
right,
you're
Josh.
Joey, you're first this time.
I'm first this time. First at what though?
Shouting out.
I want to shout out at you.
You always do.
Actually, no. I just, why? First off, I want to thank you for being on the show. I just want to plug the GingerFlix podcast. And if you want to listen to us, you can get us on pretty much almost a whole bunch of platforms. I know that for a fact that we're on Spotify and Apple Music. And Josh, what other platforms are we on? I can't remember all of them.
Well, you can find us on Instagram at GingerFlixPod, Twitter at GingerFlixPod. No, Twitter is just FlixPod. And we got some YouTube videos. We're a little behind on that. I got to upload some more. But also, YouTube at GingerFlix as well. And Flix is always spelled with that X, folks.
That's true. That's all we got right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd say right now we're trying to get back to basics with the economy and, with everything that's going on. I'm back to teaching. If you want to follow me on Instagram or anything, it's Mr. Josh Dance or Mr.Josh.dance. I offer weekly tips to like dance students on the Dance Bug show. That's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to keep it going,
All right.
How is that going, Josh?
The Dance Bug show?
Yeah.
So far, it's good. So what I do with them, so the Dance Bug show or Dance Bug is a company that it's based in Canada, but they film all like dance recitals, dance competitions. They do the recordings for judges. So I've worked with this company for a number of years now, both in Canada and the United States. And so what they started doing during this pandemic is on their site, they do a weekly show. So I was invited on a few times where they asked me questions about dance as an adjudicator or a judge. And then I've done roundtables with other professionals out there. And they offered me in September kind of a weekly segment where I just every week I send in like a 2-3 minute video just offering a new tips to dance students out there on how to. That would be something. No, tips to become a better dancer. And so it's going well, and it's just something fun. I mean, hey, I love being able to work with kids and make dancers the best they can be, and offering these little tidbits every week is fun for me. So yeah.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. So everyone, go check them out. That's amazing, Josh. If we can find a link to that, that'd be great. I'll try to get all that in the
description. Send them to you, man.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you can, then everything will be linked below. So if you guys want to check any of that stuff, that will be down there. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for taking the time to come and hang out with us. Like I said, it's a pleasure. Mostly talking to also some film people that know what they're talking about in films.
I don't know if we know what we're talking about. We're really good at pretending we do, but
exactly, that's all you need to do.
We're under a shroud of mystery.
But yeah, thank you for coming, Liz. Thank you for joining me.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys. This was awesome.
So
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So thank you everyone for listening. So until next time, see ya.